What's up, FTK fam bam? Welcome back to the For the Kingdom podcast, where we talk all things faith, love, kingdom growth, and having those tough conversations. Now, it's just me today, y'all, but you're getting the same thing, just looks a different way. Same banter, same jokes, same laughter. Just bear with us. Last week, we talked about you got to be this tall to ride this ride. It was just too good to just have a part one, so we're running it back with part two. Of you got to be this tall to ride this ride. Talking about our preferences, talking about how to approach people in the church, what you look for, all that good stuff. So.
Okay, for the producer and auntie in the corner being old and stuff, you know, and old people might look at what she just said. Explain that a little bit more. You got to be this tall to ride this ride.
I mean, there's qualifications you got to meet to get with this. And that's for anybody. Everybody has their, you know, their standards and their preferences. Yeah.
So does this just mean relationships?
No. You got qualifications for everything. I mean, friendships, relationships, business, job offers.
Church too?
Yes.
What you mean?
I mean, I don't know why my mind went to like the praise team and stuff. You know, you don't want just anybody. Let's pause. Let's get Oh, she got me, y'all. She got me. Auntie in the corner. She got me.
Well, there's a scripture that, you know, I'm leaving this part in. There's scripture that, look among you and find, it was talking about people of different offices in the church. They had qualified. They should do this, be apt to teach. I don't know the whole scripture right now. I can look it up.
No, it either.
They had to be this tall to ride that ride.
There's somewhere else where it say do everything in decency and in order.
Yeah. But what my order is, I want to be on the praise team, but I really don't have a gift for singing that everybody likes, but I enjoy doing it.
We have a mass choir that would love to welcome.
Background.
Don't turn the mic off, y'all. Yeah.
You know something? Can we tap into that a little bit more? Like, so, do you think, this is a question for both of you, do you think sometimes because it's church that some people think that they should be able to do anything that they want to do, even though they're not good at it?
Yes.
As an officer and in the church, and I do it I asked God, one of the shows we said that we want wisdom to ask God for it. And I think when God puts you in a position, He qualifies you, and He also gives you wisdom to exercise your authority in that office. Now, I don't want anybody to come to me and then a few years later I hear him saying, I found me a choir that will let me sing. You know, I don't want to go that far. But there's a way, and I have had that you can let them give you and give God the best they can do without putting them out there and letting them embarrass themselves.
I feel like if the world, if they have decency and order, like, you can't just sound like anything to be Beyonce's background dancer. No. Why are we going to give that to God?
True. It ain't personal, is it?
Kingdom business.
Okay.
It's never personal.
Okay. That's why I was speaking for the older people, because people with carnal mind hear what you just said, and I'm just trying to, be the advocate, not the devil's advocate, but the advocate. That she ain't talking about what y'all thinking. She's talking about qualification in relationship,
Right.
jobs, church,
Mm-hmm.
and in her life most of all.
And even the roller coasters, the reasons they want you to be a certain height is for safety.
Oh.
It's not like we don't want short people to ride. No, the way this structure is built, I need you to be this tall so that maybe you don't get thrown from the roller coaster or from whatever type of ride it is. So it's giving instruction to protect for protection. Not that I don't want you to ride and enjoy it. It's this was made with certain geometry and all this, that, and the third. So it's I want to protect you from you. So it's so if you look at it from that way, maybe if you like singing but you don't have that gift, maybe that's why maybe you do on a rap, a poetry. maybe your talking voice is better than your singing voice.
Put the words on the screen. You know the songs that will. You can do that.
Right, so maybe you got a bridge and you do a talking part doing a song, but your melody get after somebody. Get after Sister John.
When the comfort of your own home, go at it.
Yeah. So in any event, I think sometimes people think telling someone no is being mean. So it's hard sometimes to deliver that no, when actually me saying no is actually me showing you love.
Yeah. So we're going to get back to your personal relationship.
Relationship. There is no such. I'm not hitting at nobody. Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of qualifications, I really want to talk about how Pop the Balloon, that little show, how it's it's kind of, it showed me how shallow us humans can
You
be.
gotta explain the concept of it.
Okay, Pop the Balloon. So it's a YouTube show, I guess, where these singles, they go on this dating show. I don't know if it's a dating show, like a piano or whatever, and they have these balloons. And so a single person comes out and they have like 10 people with their balloon, and they're telling, what they do for a living, what they look for in a girl or guy. And if they say something you don't like, you pop your balloon.
So can the balloon get popped before they speak?
Definitely.
So the balloon can get popped as soon as you look at the person.
One got popped because he didn't like the girl's kneecaps. So that's so sad. But one got popped, or a girl popped, because the guy said he liked LeBron instead of Kobe.
Huh?
So it's really, the show has showed me how shallow we can be as humans.
Relationship off of that kind of.
Your favorite basketball player or your kneecaps, some you can't even help.
Oh.
Do you think that's reflective of how the dating scene is, or do you think that's just reflective of the show because it's popular?
Not all of the dating scene, but a good portion of it, I would say.
In your imagination, what would a date?
Okay, you take the person out to a nice dinner, or if you're just getting something to eat and you're just having a conversation, getting to know each other.
That makes me sad.
Why? Is that too low?
No. Not your response. I do think holistically, not just your generation, I think dating is lost. I think it's a lost art. Because, now you got social media and text messaging. Like,
Yeah.
when do people really talk to each other, whether it's on the phone or in person? A lot of people are more comfortable behind texting.
It is scary.
Would you rather text or talk?
I was okay with it previously, but now I want to be approached in person. Don't ask me for my Snapchat, please.
In the same sense, when we're talking about you, this is your show. Them muscles been approach you in school?
Yeah. What is that? She like them tall?
6'5", 6'5", we live. Nice skin. Or brown.
Yeah, so how did they approach you? Was it DMs? What you
They add you on Snapchat, DMs. They ask a friend. They ask a friend to talk for them, which, yeah, don't do that today either.
Pop on that.
Pop.
Yeah.
Now I would be like, oh no, you need to step. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't have nothing for that, but
I don't want to know. I'm going to add something. I don't know. You mentioned, Auntie in the corner mentioned, it's different generation stuff. I come along when the TV just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how technology was. TV just had different. Well, no such thing as a
Damn.
home phone. We had to walk down to the payphone to talk. You was rich and you had a phone in your home. Then went from there up to now, everybody got a phone in their pocket. If you was going to have a relationship with a girl, I'm talking about, you had to communicate with her some kind of way and get it done. You had to meet the parents, or meet a parent, or meet a guardian. They want to know who your folks is, what's your family line, where you come from.
Qualifications.
Qualifications. Mm-hmm. And then they went into you got a job, and you're a drunkard. Yeah. They went into all that. There wasn't no such thing as DMs and snapping chat and all that stuff. All that stuff wasn't even invented yet. I think there was something lost in the being personal in front of each other talking.
yeah, that practice isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, building up the nerve to talk to someone. Just we'll start at, if someone sees they're like, oh, she's live. Building up the courage to just say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have to do that. You can hide behind a DM.
Mm-hmm.
Building up the courage to go talk to your parents and having to sit through, a dad being like, you better take care of my baby girl. A certain respect is there. At least you have to put on a different face for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have to do that, how do you prepare? Like, and do you think, sir, how do we go about, and maybe this is for both of you, how do we go about changing that with people we can touch? I mean, we can't change the world overnight, but we can change the environment that we're part of. So since we've noticed that this is a problem, what do we do different to show another way?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to ask both of you, do you think the church is supposed to teach that?
Absolutely.
Will you be comfortable with your pastor teaching you how to date?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
I think it should be a discussion. I think it should be a discussion. I don't think it should get into something that's so technical that somebody is putting their total standard on someone. But I do think a conversation would be, well, how would you, if the word says, I was about to say, if the word says, he that findeth a wife, right? Mm-hmm. Well, how do you find a wife? If you see somebody you like, how do you find a wife? And if a wife is found, I think we said in another show, well, how do you be found?
Mm-hmm.
If he's looking, how do you put yourself in a position to be looked at? And how do you respond to that? Like, what you think, Faye?
I was thinking, I think when you become more aware of what a wife is and what a husband is, what you should look for, it changes your view of like, oh, this social media stuff. Man, you can't see if somebody fears the Lord through their profile picture or their bio.
Ooh, now I got a question for you. Do you think you are getting more of a standard of what dating is from the world or from within a church-like structure?
I mean, I think about TV shows and movies. Like, that's really what set the tone for my standard for dating. You know, you get flowers, you pick her up, you open the car door, you go to a nice dinner, drop her off.
No, it's
you
not
know.
the right answer.
Yeah,
So I guess the world then.
I think that's for most people.
Not saying it was bad.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the things that I noticed in my life, if you go on a double date with somebody you really love, some people that you really get along with, and you watch him, and he's doing everything for her, he's holding the seat, he's doing everything but cutting her food up, putting it in her mouth. You get to the car, and you go around the door, and your wife looking at you, how come you ain't doing none of this? We are
Comparison.
influenced by what we see. We influenced by, you say about TV. It even goes for y'all talking on the other show that we look at them skinny models and think all of us supposed to be skinny.
Mm-hmm.
We look at their hairstyle and we think we supposed to have a hairstyle. And don't let a basketball player wear a shoe. We think we supposed to wear the shoe. But what if the church influenced us that way?
I think it should. Because right now, it's not even just TV shows. You got anybody with an opinion that can make a podcast, that can just go on their social media page and just post something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're in an environment that the most radical response gets the most attention. So if that's all you hear, I mean, your mind is like a garden. So if a seed gets planted, the seed is gonna grow, no matter if you keep listening to a certain thing, that could potentially get embedded into what you think. So you need to have more of the right things embedded so that those things can grow.
It's true.
That's what they talk about in the singles class. How to be single. And the whole point of the singles ministry is, well, I know the people I know that was going to the single ministry, they was trying to get placed. So now you got a whole bunch of single people hanging out who not placed. You talking to yourself. Y'all can laugh.
Because I was going to say, what singles ministry?
Back in my day, it was the singles ministry.
I would love
the
that.
Ministry be set up so that you could potentially find somebody.
They used to have a singles ministry, people that were divorced, people that were widow or widower. They used to have. When the pandemic came, well, even before then, a lot of stuff got phased out. And now we look at TV just like you do. Not like you do, but like you mentioned. I don't want anybody to think that that's what you go by.
So it's funny y'all mentioned singles ministry, because for self-awareness, I was thinking, you know, it doesn't matter how many podcasts I watch, how many books I read, how many classes I go to, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm still going to be learning in a relationship, in a marriage. And that takes the pressure off me of thinking I have to be perfect. I can't ever fall short for God to send that person. Like, I need to stop taking the timelines off, like, well, when I stop doing this, when I stop doing this, when I learn how to cook and clean 5 meals, then he'll send them. No, it's God's timing. Whenever God has ordained for him to send this man, that's when it's going to happen. And yeah, Because sometimes you think like, man, I need to go to every church event. I need to go to every grocery store. If I go to the grocery store, I need to have a full face of makeup on, or I'm not going to meet my husband. It's too much pressure.
If you are looking, you saying you should be on God's timeline instead of making up a timeline.
I think a lot of people do that. Like by 25, I'll be married with 3 kids, and then it's 27, and yeah, I thought that too. By a certain age, I would have at least a relationship. 25.
With 3 kids?
Well, not me. I was just using an example. I mean, I just thought it would happen. The relationship would be here quicker than now.
Do you think you're enjoying life in your singleness?
I am more than I was. Because I used to just feel, I don't know, like it was something missing. Like I won't be complete until that relationship comes into my life. So, you know, like when is it going to happen? When am I going to have? I want a man. And it wasn't even for the right reasons the whole time. Like a godly relationship. I wasn't thinking about that. I just wanted somebody. I just wanted somebody to spend my time with, go on dates, get flowers, be able to post that person with a cute song. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, I have all this time to myself. I don't have to think about somebody else. I can travel. I can get up and go to a different state, go to concerts whenever I want to. But I should maximize that. Yes.
Okay, good for you.
Thankfully. Instead of sitting in my room looking at watching paint dry, I'm actually going out and having good fun. So,
what was the transition for you that gave you the courage to do that?
Honestly, I would hear it in podcasts and in sermons like, this is a time you won't get back and maximize your singleness. And then it encouraged me to start doing that. Because I realized, I'm just sitting around waiting for a guy to come.
Do you think you know who you are? Like if you had to describe yourself, how would you do it?
You got me there.
You got it.
I don't know.
No, you know.
Well, I know, but putting in the words.
Put it in the words, okay.
Like just naming stuff about me, like adjectives.
Well, all of the above. Your daughter, your granddaughter, your friend.
I'm compassionate.
All the adjectives, right? You're funny.
Thank you.
You're into audio, you know that. So
I like to see the glass half full, running over. Really.
Okay, so
I don't like.
We gave you a base. So if you had to describe yourself, go
There.
Huh?
What we just said.
But you didn't say it.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is therapy.
For the father figure in the room, this is not a profile video.
Right. I can't even tell y'all what I like, because then they'll be coming up with that.
For my daughter in this room.
No.
I was put on the spot.
No,
That's what. Yeah.
intent. No, actually, most people can't. Most people are challenged with that.
But I can describe somebody else like a snap of a finger, but
Right.
myself.
But you know, you with you every day.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't think about you that way, right? It's things that each of us do, you know, but we're not trained to think that way. So, anyway, just something to think about. Like, if you had to describe yourself, if you had to describe yourself in words and the person couldn't see you, how would you sell yourself?
Love is blind.
Just something to think about. You know, the intent wasn't to put you on the spot.
I know. You know me, Auntie, right now.
Yeah. I mean, most
Bye.
of us are like that. I mean, I would have some serious pauses, you know, if I had to do the same. So
That makes me think, like, if I don't like myself, why do I expect someone else to like what they're getting? You know?
and I know you like yourself. Yeah. So
I mean, there's certain things you can't change, but things you know you need to work on and can. Why would I bring somebody else into that?
wait a minute.
Am I making
Let's unpack
sense?
that. Yeah.
Okay. Like if I know I don't know how to talk to people when I'm angry, like I just bash, like go off the limb. If I don't like that, I shouldn't expect someone else to tolerate that and, you know,
true.
And bring somebody else into my dysfunction. Mm-hmm.
So vacuum cleaners early in the morning, they keep them off at being that tall enough. I wrote that down too. Living with my parents is teaching me humility and patience. Instead of saying it as, man, the vacuum always running, instead of complaining, I could look at this as a blessing. Like, I'm learning how to live with different personalities and still have peace. Like, there's things I don't like, and I'm learning how, like, not to just, like we said, everything does not have to be said. I'm learning that, how to bridle my tongue.
Yeah, and to your point, Faith is married. Your husband may have some things that irk you.
He will.
And you will have some things that irk him. And you have to choose.
I will.
You have to choose to keep saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
I stole that from one of my
I like
friends.
that.
You know, you have to choose to keep saying yes. So how do you do that? How do you navigate that? So this is like the training ground. You know, you're living with somebody. It just so happen that the person that's doing having the moment is your mother with the vacuum cleaner, right?
Are you gonna let that set the tone for your whole day or the relationship?
Right, or you gonna vacuum at 5 o'clock the day before?
And I'll be thankful I learned that now in singleness. Then you think you married the wrong person because he's doing something you don't like.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you see social media with dating? Because it's almost like social media is like the other person in the relationship with some people. You know, sometimes the standard, and what I mean by that, sometimes the standard is you got to post that person or tell the world you're dating. So
I shared that sentiment.
Are those qualifiers? Like, does your boo have to display you on social media?
I used to think that they did because it meant if he posts you, he ain't entertaining no other female, and that was not the case.
Ooh, the lies we tell ourselves.
Like if he posts you, it's official. Like ain't nobody else. You were getting sent. I was getting sent to group chats, and I knew I was getting sent to group chats because But now I'm so not against. I'm probably not gonna post until I'm married for 3 months.
What if your husband is like, I don't want to be on social media?
We don't have to be on it.
And it's not a thing. Okay.
I used to love posting. Like posting, you add the little song in the background, you holding hands, a little soft lunch. But now, because it was in a sense I was seeking validation from the world. Like, yeah, I got ghosted a few times in high school, middle school, but look at me now. I got somebody. It's not worth it. Then you posting a quote 2 weeks later. I did that. That's a good point. Like, because some people, they keep it private, not a secret, private until they're married. I'm thinking not such a bad idea.
Right, it's a difference between secrecy and being private.
Because what we say is nobody's business, really.
What's that verse about having your own business?
Yeah, live a quiet life, minding your own business. Thessalonians something. I'm gonna know the exact number so I can quote it for real.
So how you gonna mind your business if you put it out there so that people can get on your business?
You got a point. If you put your business out there, you can get mad at people making comments, and you put it out there. You put out the bait.
Okay.
So but I saw, yeah.
So what would Faith tell younger Faith, 18-year-old Faith, about what she thinks about social media and how to navigate going forward?
With relationships?
Yeah, or anything. But okay, relationships.
Well, anything. You are somebody regardless if you post, regardless how many likes you get. You're beautiful regardless. That's what I would say.
Good. Great response. Because it's not only people looking at your relationships, now employers are looking at your profile. So it's not as casual.
Will this matter in 5 minutes?
Say again?
Will this matter in 5 minutes? Like, you're mad about something. You want to post this quote. You want to post your feelings, air this stuff out on social media. Will this matter in 5 minutes? Is it that deep? I would ask myself that too.
And sometimes it will matter 10 years later. Like, you have celebrities that have lost jobs, gigs, because of something they said, probably playfully, or something that how they used to think 10 years ago, and nothing dies on the internet, right? And somebody pulls it up. Like, I don't know how they find it. Boom. You said this back in 1991. 1991, I was 7.
That's got to be hard, because you have a whole different perspective, hopefully.
Yeah.
If it was demeaning, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't, the way it's set up, the way the world is set up with social media doesn't leave much room for growth at times.
Also, stop comparing yourself to what you see on social media. Like we talked about with health, you know, if you're seeing slim and all this, okay, you're built different. Like body type, body image, all that stuff. With relationships, I would say just because somebody got cheated on Shade Room doesn't mean that this cheating is inevitable. I would say that too.
Does that go beyond social media?
Definitely. What you grew up seeing in your family. You don't have to repeat that same cycle. I have to remind myself of that. Like, what I want in a relationship, it exists. I don't care what I saw growing up. I don't care what I see on social media. It's out there.
So what do you do to change that trajectory?
Take the good from the situation and leave the bad. Or learn from the bad. Like, okay, this is what I don't want in a relationship. This is something that I saw mama, daddy, auntie, whoever do. What can I do to go a different way?
You hadn't talked about career.
Okay, that's my question. I'm asking you. His career matter?
For the fella?
We talked about providing the part one.
I said, see, y'all, you went to, my mind went to your career.
Oh,
okay.
Like your personal one, like
I'm dealing with that right now because I do have a real daughter. That her career is number one. He is number two.
Yeah. Okay, I can because like when you,
me and Mama don't know if that's good or not.
I gotta wait to talk about that. I gotta wait to talk about that. I gotta wait. No, not because you don't even know where I'm going with it. I think you assume.
Auntie.
Okay.
You gotta be this tall, right?
It's not even okay.
Gucci.
My daughter busted a balloon on a guy one time because he said it wasn't inappropriate, but he said something that he hoped would happen. And she said, well, I gotta ask my dad how he feel about that. And he got all hot. And she said, let me tell you something. She said, me and my dad got a relationship. I tells him everything. Dude, bust the pop the balloon.
I like how that's a part of our zingers now. Bust the balloon.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you.
And we can go there too because you.
Well, don't let me get
wait. Now I want you to talk about that, not necessarily from your daughter's perspective, but every female that has a father, in my opinion, that father's presence needs to be so sound with her that she need to be telling, now my dad's my covering, and best you got to go through him. Not like when you married is different, but my standard for how I'm treated is based on this. This is my qualifier for this ride. How my father treated my mother, how he treats his mother. You know, those are because how he treats the females in his life is how
he gonna treat me.
It's a true principle.
After the honeymoon is over, guess what? You're not a female.
It's a true principle. If the dude dog his mother out, you in control.
Yeah, like, and even his friends, he needs to be protective of all females in his life. Not, you know, I know, like with his wife, but like you treat us like, you know, daughters. When we're your presence, you go into dad mode. Like, no, like, so okay, so So, Auntie, I want to make a comment about something that you said. When you mentioned that you haven't been on a date.
Mm-hmm.
For clarity, I know it hasn't been because they're not coming at you. So,
That's just true.
what has been the standard that you've said that you haven't considered yourself to have been on a date to this point?
I'm not trying to make it all about appearance, but I know the first episode we talked about, like, you got a gun in your profile picture and money. That's the automatic, red flag. Because I see that thuggish life. I mean, you're portraying that through your profile picture. So that it's just having certain standards. Like, I was texting a guy and he was just being very inconsistent. Like, taking hours to text back or taking days to text back. So I don't want to see this through. Because if you really want something, you're not even make time to text me back. I know you're not going to plan a date.
So what I heard with that, and I think sometimes we look at time as something that is valueless when that's the most valuable thing that we have.
Yes.
So you're choosing to value your time with the people that you have in your presence.
Yes.
So just to be clear, it's not that the opportunity has never presented itself.
Right.
It's that you are being selective about who you share your time with.
I used to be desperate, but not no more. Not no more. No.
I don't even want to call it desperate. And
I don't know what else to call it.
I don't even want to leave that out there. I think, would you say it was desperate, or maybe you weren't aware of the qualifiers or what dating really looked like?
I just wanted somebody. Like, if you look good and you were pursuing me, that was good enough for me. But that was, that's clearly low standards.
So when you knew better, you did better.
Yes. It took a while, but.
Okay. So how do you equate that when you think about how men treat the women in their life?
That's a great, foreteller of how you're going to be treated, I believe. Like, if he's treating his mama like crap, you don't even know me. I'm a stranger. I didn't give birth to you. I didn't bring you into this world. Who am I? And then if you look at it from a biblical perspective too, like honor your mother and your father, Pastor Jerry Flowers, he points out, it doesn't say honor your good mother and father. Honor your mother. She may have had you down bad. But if you're dishonoring her, I don't expect any different.
Okay. So I got a question. I want you to be completely honest.
All right.
How do you feel about a man that you're dating having female friends?
I've thought about that. My initial thought is, if they were friends before me, to ask you to drop those friends, that's kind of harsh. But if you just getting friends and we've been together and like, this is my friend, this is my sister, I'm like, sometimes, because I've been in situations, not trying to hold on to the past, but I've been in situations where they were best friends and sisters and it was just a cover up because they're really doing what they doing.
Right.
So I'm iffy on that if there's a new friendship.
Okay. And I get that, I guess as I've matured, if somebody's going to do something, they're going to do it. Well, the reason I ask that question is, it's one thing of how someone treats somebody that's their mother, their aunt. Mm-hmm. How do you treat the people that can come and go as they please in your life? The people that you choose to be family, right? So I think that can be another tale in how someone interacts with something on the personal side.
There is two sides to it though, because sometimes I have to convict myself. Well, God convicts me like treating my friends better than I'm treating my parents. Like, not being so nippy and all that. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Because you don't feel the same way about a parent that you do a romantic partner.
Yeah. And I think it's also interesting that a lot of times we place so much emphasis on friendships with gender that we forget that that's a person that happens to be a male, that happens to be a female. All right. So
pin in that, because I'll put a pin in that friendship question, because
we're gonna revisit it later.
Yeah. Because if you trust that person, and then when you build that confidence, if you do,
not yet. If you're with somebody, you should trust that person,
right?
And the communication should be open. That if something bothers you, you should be able to talk with them about it. And I have all types of friends, and I'll just say, as a friend that has male friends that we just friends, I think another tell is how that female in this case treats the lady friend. So I mean,
I need to make sure I'm not speaking from a place of trauma before I answer that,
but also be wise.
That too.
So one last thing that I want to make sure that we talk about before we wrap this up is how do you view a female, like, we got this thing with female bosses, right? How do you balance dating with your career?
I mean, are you talking about men who are kind of insecure if their lady makes a certain amount, or that's what my mind went?
That could be a thing. Like, what are your thoughts on it?
I don't think it should matter. I don't have much to say about this because I'm not married. But with the whole 50-50 thing, I heard a pastor say, if we're both giving 100%, it don't matter. Like, we're both giving all of us in every area. There's no really 50-50. And I like that perspective he had. Okay.
So do you think that your career takes a back seat to dating? Like, right now, if your career is going a certain on the route that you want it, if Mr. Right comes in, what is the balance with that? Well, something to depart. Something to perhaps think you gotta.
Well, it's not really. It doesn't really align with what you're saying. But with right now where I'm at, I do want to make more money before God sends that person, and that's out of my control. He can send him tomorrow, and I could be in the same job. So that's my stance on it right now.
So, and this is probably the part that's before we close out. At some point, you may have to make a decision with, this is where I want my career to go, but now how does the family blend into that? And so anyway.
I was raised in church, so I knew about God and grew up. And as tough and awful as it was, I'm glad it happened, because if it didn't happen, I probably wouldn't have the relationship with God that I have now.
So the teacher that you had was from Zimbabwe. You said you couldn't understand.
I could not, and that's not a class you don't want to. So today, y'all, we're talking about no days off. All about perseverance, resilience, strength, all of that. How it's easy to go when everything's easy and when it's comfortable, but then when things get tough. I know for myself, I've always been someone, and I'm working on it, that's like, okay, when it gets hard, quit. Good question. Well, to leave y'all, I would just say be as specific as possible in your prayers. Like, godly, that's the core values, all that. Pray about those things, but pray about the little things, like going on dates and having fun with each other. And you want to pray about your preferences with physical appearance, go ahead, but just ask God and believe that you're going to be attracted to that person regardless. And that's all we have today for this episode of For the Kingdom. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Before we go, quick shout out. This shirt I'm wearing, Pentecost Sunday, Acts 2 and 2. My mother, LaShonda Ambassador, LaShonda Elliott, she has a new single out called Pentecost Sunday. Go check it out. We'll try to link it in the description below, but it's on YouTube, Facebook, Check it out. And remember, it's not personal, it's just kingdom business.